Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the WITN First Alert Desk at 8 a.m. I'm Gigi Barnett. Hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. It's hump day. We are almost to the end of this week. I do have some unfortunate news about the weather, though, that Russell will tell you more about. Hate to be the bearer of the bad news, but that sunshine that we saw earlier this week is going to be turning into rain. This could be, you could also take this as a glass half full kind of thing, because we do need the rain. Russell's going to talk about some of those drought conditions that we've been seeing over the last few weeks now. So just a little bit of drink of water really goes a long way for our dry areas there. It is a little bit of a bummer, though, knowing that the rain will likely stick around, especially into the weekend. I know there are always a lot of really great events that are happening around Eastern Carolina this time of year, especially this weekend. We have Mum Fest in New Bern. If anyone wants to take the trip down there, I'll be there. Russell will be there. Many of our WITN folks will be there throughout the weekend. So say hi if you're looking to brave the rain. Just make sure you have your rain gear ready to go. Before we dive into the rest of the forecast for today and the rest of this week, we do have an interesting story from yesterday. Our Amarachi Uche took a deep dive into this new detection system within our phones for crashes. So if you do get into some sort of accident, there is a feature on phones where it'll automatically send a message to your local 911 call center, and in response, local first responders will come to check out the emergency that they're in. And though this tool can be very helpful, we did speak with some Pitt County first responders who do have to go to these crashes, and many of them have been false alarms, false calls, nothing that's too extreme, and it's kind of been taking a little bit of a hit for their resources, especially when there are other calls, actual emergencies that are happening sometimes during the same time that these false alarms come in. So it can be a little bit of a gamble where to go, especially if we're not really sure what these alerts from the phones are really telling us in terms of the situation. So we do have a story from Amarachi, and she talked to some Pitt County officials, some first responders, just about the detection system and how it's been playing a role in our county right now.
Save lives during emergencies.
It comes into us as an automated message, usually from Apple or the iPhone itself. We always, as soon as we know a decent location, we dispatch responders, fire and EMS.
Though the feature has helped during emergencies, Pitt County first responders say they're seeing a surge of false alarms. Pitt County 911 says it received more than 200 automatic crash notification calls from the crash detection alerts so far this year. Only 10 of those alerts were for actual emergencies.
Normally when we hear automatic vehicle crash, everybody goes, oh, here it goes again.
State and House Fire Department gears up and responds to every call as quickly as possible. But lately they've been met with no real emergency.
You know, you have to treat everything like it's the real thing. So we do go out, and it takes up a lot of resources. We get there, can't find anything.
The life-saving feature has been triggered by many things.
I dropped my phone, or I had to slam on brakes because the car in front of me slammed on brakes, and then the phone fell into the floorboard. Someone was riding a bike and the phone fell out of their pocket.
Apple tells WITN it's made improvements to the feature that reduce false positives and ask iPhone and Apple Watch users to update to the latest versions of iOS and watchOS. You're driving on the road and the unfortunate.
So very interesting story there, just kind of seeing obviously this new technology that keeps evolving with our phones. There are so many new features, including this one, and though it is kind of the intention, it has good intentions where in case of any kind of emergencies or any kind of situations where you may not be able to call 911 yourself, you do have that option to have that. But it is also interesting, especially in our areas where many of our local first responders are volunteers, the volunteer fire departments. So they're not at the station 24/7, all, you know, it's not manned all the time. So seeing that these emergencies are happening, they do have to get those resources ready to go in a matter of time. So it's definitely an interesting story, and I'm very curious to see how it evolves, if the technology does kind of advance in a way where it gets a little more accurate with these situations, but only time will tell. So looks like Russell's still a little bit busy in the Weather Center over there, but just to give you a little bit of a look of what we're kind of looking like outside right now, we do have one of his cameras popped up here in Goldsboro, and things are looking pretty nice. Obviously some clouds, and Russell did mention lots of humidity this morning, but I think since then it's kind of come down, considering that there have been a lot of showers. I know Russell mentioned earlier this morning just about some of the showers that have gone through. I know our area, Pitt County, as well as the coast, Morehead City, we did see some rain pouring down on their camera there. Just other things as well. I just want to say, while we're waiting for Russell here, hopefully he makes his way over in just a few moments, but do want to say hello and good morning to Billy down in Emerald Isle, or he's not in Emerald Isle this time, Beargrass. Oh, you tripped me up, Billy. Usually you're in Emerald Isle, so it looks like you'll be getting back there soon. But glad to see that your house dog and cat sitting out in Beargrass. Russell, welcome. I was holding down the fort, making up some weather news of the day.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. We have some scattered clouds. We have some peaks of sunshine throughout the day, and looking like we're going to be tracking our upcoming rain chances here. And don't worry, folks, I'm right here. I'm getting mic'd up, and I'm about to chime in here and join in the party here for a minute. But again, first and foremost, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
We've been asking each other that question all throughout the morning.
It's been a morning. I feel like there's been a lot going on. Sometimes when we had our Teacher of the Week come in, Miss Katie Mayo, she was wonderful, but sometimes having live interviews during the show can bring an extra layer of things to look out for and things to do. So wasn't as chaotic, but sometimes I feel like, whew, I need a little bit of a moment to catch my breath. Yeah,
it happens because there's so many moving parts, especially when it's, with us working in news and in weather, you have to kind of like hold on to like many different things that's going on. So sometimes you gotta, relax, take a deep breath, then things kind of change within time. But overall, weather is not stopping anytime soon.
Oh, of course, I know. Yeah, I know. I was saying to all of our viewers out there, you've been busy. There's a lot to talk about in the forecast. Lots of rain, wind, humidity,
coastal lows.
It's just all over the place.
And experiencing multiple seasons in a day and sometimes within a week. So
all right, why don't we talk about it now?
Yeah, let's take a live look right now at Goldsboro, and that's where our sponsor is, Toyota of Goldsboro. Right now we're seeing some overcast conditions as of right now, not looking too bad. Temperature sitting at around 69 degrees, have a south-southwesterly breeze at 3 miles per hour. As we take a look ahead for today, we'll see some rain showers, cold front approaching, mainly dry conditions as we go into Thursday. Cool and breezy conditions on tap, but notice there on Saturday and Sunday. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, messy weekend looking like for the coast. So if you're thinking about going towards the beach this weekend, maybe not the best opportunity. Temperature-wise, we're going to reach our warmest around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we're just going to cruise all the way down into the 70s, 60s, and 50s as we head into late tonight, going into early tomorrow morning. And then notice Thursday's temperature is only getting up to 71 degrees, so we're pretty much in good shape for some milder temperatures. We just got to get through the rain. And already our first alert live radar active with some showers, but not really super widespread. We have some activity north of Rocky Mount and then down East Carteret County over the Pamlico Sound, seeing some activity. But most of us will see the rain moving through between 1 and about 5 p.m. this evening. We'll clear out going into Thursday. We'll have a strict northerly breeze. And then notice what happens Friday into Friday night. We'll see the clouds trickle back in. We'll see the rain shield setting up from Charleston down towards Cape Fear. That'll eventually move north and east, encompassing pretty much a good chunk of eastern North Carolina from Wilmington over towards Hatteras. And then notice the low pretty much hugging the coast. Right around Hatteras, Cape Lookout. Any slight deviation to the left or right can be the difference between who sees the heaviest amount of rain. So at least going through Thursday, we're seeing around a quarter to a half inch of rain. And then notice that swath of heavy rain setting up there along the Highway 70 corridor from Jacksonville up towards New Bern. We can see around 2 inches or so of rain. And then this is also the significant story. The wind gusts tomorrow morning, wind gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour, close to 40 along the coast. Tapering off going into the evening, and then going into Friday afternoon, we'll see winds around 20 to 30 miles an hour. And then look at this. Saturday night, Gigi, we could see wind gusts as high as 50 miles an hour for Hatteras. So, again, if you are thinking about planning any opportunities over the coming days, especially just in time for Mumfest, it's looking quite unsettled there.
All right. Well, yeah. Lots to look forward to. Like we said, I wouldn't say necessarily look forward to in a positive way, but there's going to be a lot going on. So especially if you are trying to head down to Mumfest this weekend, just make sure you have all your rain gear ready to go, that rain jacket, boots.
It's one of those type of situations where having a rain jacket is better than having an umbrella.
Yes.
Even though we're anticipating heavy rain in the forecast. And the reason why I say that is because usually in about 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts, umbrellas turn inside out.
Yeah, they're going everywhere. You're flying away.
You know, you're trying to hold on to that. And then I'm kind of worried about our tent. And then with the coastal flooding, you can see some water rise along parts of the sound. So again, we'll be keeping a track on that. Let us worry about it, or let meteorologists worry about it. We'll let you know if it's something worth being concerned about. But again, just goes to show you weather here in eastern North Carolina changes on a dime.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Russell, for all your updates. And thank you all for joining us again this morning. Charlie will be here at 9 a.m. for another news and weather update, so I hope you can join him then. But otherwise, have a wonderful Wednesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.